fully load up into the game. So 2-0, they most likely would have been 2-0 anyways, as the wins they have gathered have come from Silver Phoenix, which is like a little bit of an underdog team, and the Turtles SNC. And this will be their first actual on the Rift game. Meanwhile, for UBTenacity, they have taken down Evolves and Silver Phoenix, so already proven themselves as the favorites of this group. I would say coming in here as a slight favorites as well. And we are jumping into the draft already.
My mic was muted. Yeah, no, I was going to say on your screen, we have jumped straight into the draft here. Rakan is the first pick. Now, Mikus, break this one down for me, because we don't really see Rakan B1 very often.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of B1 Rakan picks. And the usual counter is actually Thresh, but Thresh being taken out at the first rotation by UBTenacity, they are going right for the Rakan, and I guess their support player really prefers this champion, and we see an instant answer with Ziggs Jarvan, and that's a combination that has a lot of early game prowess, a lot of pushing powers, and of course ability to kind of combine their ultimates in those mid to late game team fights. And Varus on the other side, a champion that has performed quite well in this Manta Cup as well.
Yeah, Varus, we've seen in the last game, this last time around, it was piloted by Shisakyu. Got so many kills in the early game. I feel like Varus is a champion that scales well, but also has damage in the laning phase, and an AD carry like that is always valuable. We saw last game, if anyone was here, 3 stacks of Blight on the W. You press W, press Q, and then it's just a massive chunk of HP that you take from your opponent. Caitlyn is the response to that, so Ziggs will be headed to the mid lane. Sushi Killer will get his hands onto the Ziggs, whereas usually it's a champion that does get flexed around, but with these hovers, you can imagine that Ziggs will be into the mid lane.
That was the story of the last Manta Cup. Caitlyn was almost always banned against there's the Caitlyn specialists, and the two AD carries that were dominating the meta back then was Caitlyn and was Varus and Ashe. Every single game, one of these two of these champions were not banned, and they were matching each other up game after game, and we will see a return of that in this game. Snek back against UBTenacity. I also think Snek back against UBTenacity played in last Manta Cup quarterfinals. Yeah, and I think UBTenacity defeated them to eliminate them from that Manta Cup, and kind of a little bit of a revenge matchup here, as Snek really wants to prove that that time it was a fluke.
Yeah, well, Snek Pack, I mean, last game, actually, I want to talk about this, because last game we saw the value of having pre-built experience within a team. Black Lotus, yes, on paper, maybe a weaker set of individuals than E-Wolves, but they were a better team, and they just wiped the floor completely with E-Wolves. Snack Packs sit in that similar category of a team that, I mean, these guys have been playing with each other for God knows how long. I think this is probably one of the longest existing rosters, not just teams, but rosters, in the Discord amateur leagues. Even Black Manta, they've gone through several iterations, they've replaced players here and there, but with this Snack Pack team, I think other than support, everyone's the same from last Manta Cup, previous splits of SLE and whatnot. So, Mickey, how important is that for them, particularly for this entire tournament?
They have a ton of synergy coming in here, especially, as we said, the jungle mid synergy from Snakeback coming in. And overall, this team really knows how to play with each other. They know what to do, and I think this just might be a last pick Illaoi. I think it's a good matchup into the Renekton and into Viego, but and Cybertop is a big Illaoi player. Will we see the return of Manta Cup Queen? Nope.
Nope. It will be Urgot, which is a bit of a... I think it's a specialist for Cybertop. And Cybertop's a player who I feel like is very well respected, but at the same time underrated. I feel like he's never talked about as like a massive performer when you talk about top laners, but I mean, every tournament I see him in, he is performing at least above average. So Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see him, but Mikas, based off draft, we see both on our screens already. Is there one that you're favoring over the other?
This time, not like last time we saw in the last draft, there was like a lot of differences, like fire against water, fire against ice type of comps. This time, more balanced comps on both sides, lots of engage, lots of follow-up damage on both sides, and yeah, it's such a close matchup. But I have to say, the Snackpacks draft seems to be a little bit easier to execute if this Urgot does know. The matchup differences, matchup specialties into this Renekton. I think that can be a dominating sideline for Cybertop here as well. And the Zeke's follow-up onto the Leona, Ashe, and Jarvan's engage can be a huge difference maker. Based on the draft, I would also think that these teams are very equally rated skill-wise. So just the draft-wise, I'd say I give it to Snakeback. But if the key difference is if UBTenacity can pull out a big lead in the bot lane, where I think they have the tools to punish a lot of missteps by Cupcake, I think that's the way they can win this game. But overall, I give it to Snakeback. You might be muted.
Oh my gosh, I gotta stop doing this. But yeah, no, my vote is Snek Pack as well. I think UBTenacity, their draft is not bad, don't get me wrong, but it is definitely more difficult to execute. Their frontliners aren't necessarily straight up tanks. I mean, neither is Snek Pack, but Jarvan. I mean, they have Leona, they have a Jarvan. They're a lot chunkier than the likes of a Renekton and the Viego. I would also say drafting Renekton is always a situation where you're putting yourself on a timer, not a champion that's known to scale that well into the late game. So once you hit a certain point in the game, that's where the power of Renekton drops a lot. So keep your eyes on the top lane matchup to see if he can build himself up a decent enough lead to carry over that into the rest of the game. But yeah, Mikas, I need to add something that is potentially important as much as synergy, pre-built experience goes. Snek Pack, unfortunately for them, this is their first game of the tournament because they've gone through 2 forfeits.
Yep.
So UBTenacity, they've had 2 games to warm up. They are ready. They're warmed up. Their comms are active. They've got energy behind them. Snek Pack, they've sort of just sat, waited, not really done much, sitting there doing nothing. As weird as it sounds, it's actually quite tiring. I don't know the human psychology behind that, but when you gotta kind of just sit there and wait, it's exhausting, right? So, what does that mean for this game in particular? That UBTenacity, they've got momentum with them, whereas Snek Pack, they're just about to get started.
Absolutely, you bring up a great point here because we already saw it at the first game of the tournament where some of these teams that are kind of favorites maybe struggle a little bit in these early games because as I said when we played in the Manta Cup, the tournament starts so fast. You just load up in the game 1 and you just have to play. You play in very fast pace game after game. So yeah, I have to absolutely agree with you. Snackpack here have been sitting on their hands this whole time, watching other people play, getting free wins off of forfeits, and the nerves that UBTenacity have already gone through, the stress that they have already gone through in their first 2 games will not be there for them, but will be there for Snackpack, and it can be a huge factor. It can absolutely be a huge factor.
Yeah, definitely, and I think for the likes of Snek Pack as well, I think we've seen in the SLE, they are definitely a team that, I don't want to say take time to ramp up, but they aren't exactly a team where if they are forced to, aggression is taken to them, or they are forced to play a certain hand that is outside of their comfort zone. I have seen them struggle. I think as much as it is a benefit to have a lot of experience playing together, one of the downsides to that is that you tend to build up an identity, and anything outside of that identity is outside of your comfort zone. And what UBTenacity can do here, I mean, their draft is a perfect draft to do that. It's a throw Snek Pack off their game a little bit here. I think me and you, we've played against Snek a few times now, especially in the previous Manta Cup. They are a team that definitely have their identity. They play a certain way. They know that it works. They don't really stray outside of that particular playstyle. But the thing about these kind of teams is if you can do something out of the ordinary and do something that they're not used to, it really does throw them off guard.
Absolutely, and I think we need to like coin a term for this play style that I think most of the sanctuary teams have this kind of like heavy grouping play style. Very, very good in team fights. Very, very good at not overstepping in some of those team fights. I think Black Manta also is playing that team kind of style very well, and so is Snek, but they do have a tiny bit of differences between them. For example, Black Manta very top heavy team, meanwhile Snek kind of mid jungle heavy team, and they do have a little bit of adaptations. But yeah, I agree with you. If you kind of make them feel not comfortable, if you pull them in more chaotic playstyle, more of 2v2s, 1v1s, and more like duels, then you can make the squad struggle a bit in those scenarios. But lots of analysis so far. We've finally get Snek back on the Rift, and yeah, let's see it. Round 3 of Manta Cup coming your way.
Round 3 of Manta Cup, and we are straight into the Rift. It is UBTenacity up against Snek. Two powerhouses of the Manta Cup, I must say. And within their group, definitely, I think this is not even an argument to be made. They are the two strongest teams. Yeah, 5+5. First strike value. Boom. All right, let's hope Sushi Killer doesn't throw this massive lead. Yeah, not joking. Yeah, these I don't even like for the other group. You can argue who the top 2 teams are. Like, you can. I think I'd say the top 4. There's an argument to be made for all of them. But this group, these two, outside of that, it is a massive drop off. These two are the 2 standout teams in this particular group, and. I mean, you could even say this is almost like the final of the group. Like, who's going to be the first place? Who's going to be the second place?
Yeah, early final, early main matchup of the group, the key matchup. And I love how it's like set up to be like the middle matchup, and even in the tournament graph, it's like the whole graph of matchups, and like right in the middle, it's the Snek against UBTenacity. Everyone's looking forward to this game. Everyone's watching that is interested in this group, and yeah, let's see who will take game 1. And Evo, as you have said, the key player for early game for Snek has gone for a red start here.
Yeah, junglers will go for the opposite sides of the clear. So Jarvan starting top, parting towards bot, which makes sense because you know your first gang. Either onto mid or bot. I think ganking the Renekton going to be difficult with the double dash. Viego, I think a very different story as Ictis going to land a knockoff as they hit level 2 first, but Prior Ocon and Cupcake also ding level 2. Waroxa is untouched, but Cupcake landing auto attacks. First blood in the hands of Prior Ocon. Waroxa gonna trade a kill back, but Cupcake, he's got the health advantage, so both AD carries. Actually, no, Waroxa is the one who gets the kill, whereas Prior Ocon got the first blood on his side. So despite the first blood lock-in, Varus getting the kill is gonna be beneficial for him. Mikas, who would you favor in that trade?
Absolutely, Varus getting the kill is a huge difference there. These AD carries do need to get their items quickly, so a small victory there for UBTenacity. A good trade for them being able to secure the kill. We saw that Prior Ocon trying to go in the brush, wanting to kind of like break the vision, but the key thing is that Ignite gives you vision, so as long as you are ignited, the opponent has vision on you, so Waroxa there was able to secure the kill.
Yeah, definitely, and the important thing I would say as well is Priorcon blew his flash and Ignite. Ictis still has that flash available, so Summoner spell trade in favor of UBTenacity despite dropping first blood. And one massive thing, and we talked about how important Weak Side Wizard was for UBTenacity previously. Mid lane CS is looking very interesting 3 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it sometimes can be the kind of wave state differences, but yeah, 9 CS lead. I'm not sure how the wave state looks, but so far, Sushi Killer showing up. Meanwhile, Moppo is looking for a gank.
Yeah, Moppo looking for a gank onto Cybertob. He is going to use the flash to get
Oh, he's
away. Now
getting
Ictis
okay.
getting jumped on in the bot lane. Gonna flash to safety. So that flash advantage no longer exists with Ictis forced to run away. We're Roxen now in the face of Evo. Not looking to look for anything there. But yeah, aggression coming out from both sides of the coin here.
Yeah, and I have to say, Moppo, Ictis, I mean, has no potions here, so being so low on HP will make it quite a difficult laning phase for next couple of minutes for the UBT support. So we'll see. The Snackpack bot lane used to be like one of the most feared bot lanes in the Sanctuary organization. If of course a different support now, but the same AD carry. So if they want to hold on to their reputation that they used to have, I would say they are set up to do that.
Oh yeah, Priorcon gets the stun locked down onto Ictis, but the mobility of Rakan is going to be able to get him out there. Ictis taking the E2 into an aggressive position here, and Cybertop going to find the flip onto Shorty 23 as Evo is now arriving. Flag and Drag does get flashed away. A stun and the Q heal forcing Evo to flash to safety as a potentially big outplay coming in from Shorty, but wasn't quite enough. Flash is traded, so great stuff from the Renekton to force the flash out of the Jarvan, but was a very close kill coming for the top side of Snakeback.
Absolutely, there we see Renekton beautifully kind of knowing that he has the flash, knowing that we will have to flash, but waiting for the last possible moment to put Evo in a disadvantageous position. And that will force a flash for flash, and it's very well played by the top lane of UBT.
Yeah, and I'm taking a look at my mini-map here because I'm seeing Moppo arriving into the mid lane. There was vision in his jungle towards that mid lane river, so probably Sushi Killer will play towards the top side of his lane. And so far, no surprises except for the mid lane deficit in terms of CS. But, I mean, it's both majors, so it won't amount to anything massively significant unless this continues to grow even further. But yeah, it seems like Mikis, it seems like flashes are being blown on the constant, and we'll see if any punishes out from that can come.
Yeah, and I have to say, we saw last game a lot of often the flashes were not blown ill-advisedly, you know, kind of in situations where you should have flashed, but Cybertop is going for all of them.
Cybertop goes for the all-in. Both top laners don't have flash. The ultimate is going to get used. Cybertop mana bar is low, so takes the option to run away. I'm assuming cooldowns were not available for either top laner, hence why Shorty was, opting to run away there. But a massive advantage for the Renekton here, forcing the Urgot to recall on this wave state is going to be great for him.
Yeah, first drag of the game, going for Snakepack, a Snakepack team really known for their heavy focus on the dragon. I think in SLE Season 4, they were a team that almost always took dragon, and that was they were really known for that. And so far this game, having a small gold lead, but I would not call it an actual gold lead, knowing that the gold is in the pockets of carries on the side of UBT here, with the first blood going over to Voroxer.
Yeah, so I think gold lead is a little bit insignificant at the current moment in time, just because it's still very early doors. Oh, actually, Hikoge might get a solo kill in the mid lane, but Moppo has arrived in top.
No
this is really dire. Cybertop literally just reset and come back to lane, and if he is to die here, he's going to fall so far behind. Moppo going to secure the kill. Top side looking like a sticky situation, but Sushi Killer here playing aggressively onto Hikoge. I don't know if it's Hikoge or Hikoge. I'm going to call him Hikoge because it's cooler. Ictis going to arrive into mid lane to try and defend this situation. No teleport available as well. But it looks like Sushi Killer will just get a recall off himself. I think Snakepack, top side not looking great for them, but they are definitely positive about Sushi Killer's lead all by himself as well.
Yeah, and I have to say that also not only the gank went to the way of UBT, it also the wave state was so bad for Cybertop there, and from bad to worse, not only losing the kill, but also Also, the minion lead is gonna grow so much towards this Renekton, and this Viego is probably gonna clear it, come back and go back to this top lane, try to go for another gank and channel this Herald there as well. And this is going to be a big lizard in the top lane.
Yeah, the Renekton's going to be super, super scary. You can see Evo taking note of that, meaning he's going to head over to the top side, but Moppo is also here. Flash has come back for Cybertop. I don't think they know Evo is here, so he's going to kind of miss away from the flag and drag, yeah. But Moppo is going to get swooped up, but Shorty, he kills Cybertop in the middle of the ultimate animation, which means he just come back to life. Double kill in for the Renekton. Chain of Corruption landing in the bot lane as well. Waroxa and Ictis jumping forward, and the ultimate from Cupcake gets dodged away from Ictis. Beautiful dodge away from that. 4 kills to 1. UBTenacity gets ahead in the early game, and it's all off the top side.
Yeah, it's such a heartbreak there for Snake in the middle of Urgot's ultimate. He dies, so the Viego does not get executed, gets the reset. 2 more kills, and actually both of them going in the pocket on this Renekton, and yeah, it's such a huge play to work out for.
Priorcon gets a jump onto Ictis as the Zenith Blade is going to force Ictis to jump away. And Rakan, very, very challenging matchup into the Leona, but will get to safety. And Waroxa is the healthy one of the two, but you can see Moppo is arriving in the bot lane, so I'm not sure they can pull off this dive if they want to.
They will see. Yep. That scouts it out.
Yeah, they call it off.
Yeah, scouts it out, and it's most likely going to be the pathing that I mentioned before. He's most likely going to full clear it towards the top side and use the Herald in top side as well. And so far, UBT matching up what they did against Snek in the quarterfinal of last Manta Cup. I think they defeated them right there, and so far it looks very well. Again, I think the thing that we talked about in the pregame, the fact that this is their first game for Snek is really, really noticeable. Just some of these misplays in these micro kind of fights. I think it cost them.
Yeah, Priorcon finds the Zenith Blade onto Ictis, who's forced to dash away once again. Flash coming out from Waroxa. Cupcake. A few more auto attacks might do the job, but with the flash away from the Varus, we'll get to safety. Another trade happening in the top lane. Cybertorp dashes away from Shorty, and Priorcon a little bit mistiming the Zenith Blade there as Ictis's recall does come through, meaning it will be alright, and that's massive for the bot lane of UBTenacity because that was a very scary situation. Low HP under your turret, they get the recall off, and the gold lead still intact for them.
Yeah, absolutely, and again, just a little misplay by Priorcon here, and top lane is being absolutely dominated.
Yeah, look at the
Cupcake. Yeah, I think Cupcake had an angle to actually kill the bot siders of UBTenacity, but just maybe a lack of spacing there. And yeah, they just get away. No good news for Snek, but the fact that they are winning the bot lane trades is something to build on.
Yeah, this is a tough situation right now for Snek, but fortunately for them, it is mainly on top. You can see in mid lane, Sushi Killer is very far ahead. I really like what he's done here. He's gone for the Lost Chapter into legendary item, so he's working towards that Shadow Flame before he completes his Mythic, which, if you are ahead, it's a very inefficient setup to do, but what isn't efficient is Cybertop here in the top lane, up against Shortage. Renekton. Dominus popped already. Cybertop forced to run under his turret, going to try and pretty decent spacing there, so was able to get some damage off and get himself to safety. You see UBTenacity got the setup here. Priority in mid lane. So for the first time in about forever, I see UBTenacity get priority in the mid lane. Solar Flare popped onto Waroxa, so is the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, but Chain of Corruption is beautiful, and look at Ictis with the engage on the Rakan. The quickness is going to lock up 3. Cupcake flashes into melee range. Sushi Killer is going to get solo killed by Hikoge. That's unlike Sushi Killer, definitely, as the victor is starting to run through members of Snek, and we talked about how important it is to be warmed up and how important it is to have momentum. UBTenacity seem to use that on their side. They will win out on the team fight on the struggling side of the map and get themselves the dragon.
And you see that a good idea by Snakeback. They seeing they saw Varus approach the team fight. They usually on ult and force the cleanse instantly. And after that, they're like, okay, he has no cleanse, we can just kill him, hitting the Ash ult. But a thing about cleanse is that after you use cleanse, you get a massive boost of tenacity. So the Ash ult, even though hitting quite well, does not stun him for that long of a time, and the follow-up engage is just not quick enough for Snekpack to kill the AD carry for UBTenacity. And after that, yeah, not a lot they can do. Comboed back and killed.
Yeah, regardless, Snakepack's bot lane are feeling confident, but this might be a bit of false confidence as Prioocon once again going to go in. Beautiful solar flare to stop Shorty to get onto Cupcake, but once again, Prioocon makes an aggressive play and gets punished for it as Snakepack. They drop 7 kills before 15 minutes, and Cupcake's gonna walk up. Moppa gets the stun. Waroxa now trying to follow up with some damage, and Cupcake being brought to low HP. Meaning it's gonna be a sticky situation for them. And yeah, UBTenacity, they seem to be on the ball in this game.
Yeah, Cupcake really lucky there to survive. Actually, I think if Varus has the mana to channel his WQ there, I think they go for the dive and they kill him as well. And yeah, so far not the best game for Snakepack, and it's such an important game. But it's such a weird position the Snakepack to be in. The first game of the tournament for them is the most important game in the group, and yeah, it's weird to be put in this situation. That being said, UBTenacity doing everything we have asked them to do. They have made these plays clean. They are winning these lanes slow. They're not making any mistakes, any throws, and they are playing like the second place team from last Manta Cup that we expected to see.
Yeah, definitely. And UBTenacity, I have to say, I think there's only been, or I might have to stop this train of thought here because I'm watching this stacked wave, and a Cybertob potentially could get dove. I think Moppo now starting to make his movements towards that turret. That turret is low HP as well, so I don't even know if Cybertop can defend this. He's going to try and land some auto attacks. Moppo is now starting to arrive. Dominus pop, and it just looks like it's easy as putting a hot knife through butter. Cybertop going 0 and 3 in this laning phase. Very sticky situation for him as a Prioocon going to get his Zenith Blade dodged away by Ictus. But yeah, I think that dragon fight was a scary one because Hikoje, he was the one that was losing, but he had boots completed versus Sushi Killer who didn't. And I think Victor just ran down the Ziggs there, and yeah, if your winning lane is getting solo killed in a fight, it's looking like a rough one.
I think the Ward actually caught him here, Evo, and they know that he is there. And we already see Renekton moving up here. Though
he's moving up, and a beautiful flash to safety from Waroxa gets to his turret. Ictus goes for the big engage. Shorty is arriving, he is arriving fast, and it's going to be an absolute stomp from UBTenacity. Cupcake now having to run away from the Victor ultimate, and the Super Mega Inferno Bomb gets dodged away. Hikoge with the movement of a god, and Sushi Killer is going to fall. The Victor is going to die to the auto attack from the minions, so Sushi Killer does get the kill credit for that. But unfortunately for Snakepack, that is 2 kills out of the 10 that UBTenacity have. And once again, it is a clean team fight coming out from the UBTenacity squad. And Mikas, this game is slowly running away from Snakepack.
Absolutely. UBTenacity having answers for every single thing that Snakepack is trying to throw at them. They see that these plays are coming. They know how to react to it. The teleports are here. The counter ganks are here. Just it feels so forced by Snakepack, and it's just not working out so far for them.
Yeah, not working out so far because, I mean, like I said, the biggest issue for Snakepack right now is that they have their known playstyle, and the way their playstyle works, or at least from what I know of Snakepack, is the state of the game at 18 minutes. If it looks like this, they basically capitulate. They have no answer. If the game is at a neutral or slightly behind state, that is where they strive the most. But in a situation like this, where they've just lost their lanes, like every lane outside of mid got absolutely decimated. this is where it gets tricky for this roster, as Pro will once again look for an aggressive play. This hasn't worked out for them in the past, as Moppo beautifully buffers the ultimate. The Heartbreaker will be able to get him to safety, and you can see Ictus hanging around that mid lane area. Maybe look for an engage alongside his jungler. But yeah, tough situation for Snek right now.
Tough indeed. They do have a lot of tools, and the ultimate. Oh, it's almost hit. It feels like Snek is doing the right thing, but it's just always UBTenacity is on there. They're just so sharp with it. They're always ready to counter it. They're always ready to flash at just the right moment, zone you at the right moment, dodge the critical abilities, and UBTenacity just defeating Snek at every single stage of the game so far.
Yeah, and I feel like it's off the back of really great positioning coming out from both Ictus and Moppo. I feel like, I mean, even Shorty, to be honest, those three seem to be at the right place at the right time at every point in the game. And I almost feel like, I don't know too much about the Rakan-Leona matchup, but it just looks like every time Pro goes for an aggressive play, Ictus is the one reacting, not proacting. So he has his mobile abilities to move away, get Pro into a sticky situation where he's just stuck in the middle of the entire enemy team. And yeah, it's looking hard for Snek to do anything.
Yeah, in theory, the Leona is the counter for the Rakan, and Rakan kind of is very kind of projected the way he approaches fights, the way he enters them, and Leona can just completely negate it with one ability, basically with the Q, and then they can just lock it down. Rakan not as tanky of a champion as other engaged supports, but so far Ictus here just dominating it, playing it right way, waiting for Priokon to just not being patient enough and going for an engage, and the moment he goes, but Moppo might be in trouble here.
Yeah, Moppo this time being the one making the aggressive play, goes into stasis to try and see if he can get himself out here. Oh, he kind of wastes the flash, and this is important. That's a big shutdown into the hands of Cupcake, just what Snek needed to potentially get themselves back into this game. So small mistake coming out from the jungler of UBTenacity is massive for Snek.
Yeah, and a great player to get it as well. Cupcake, the old carry for Snek here, he's a player that can absolutely use this gold quite well. But Shikiller playing very bravely, baiting for the jungler Evo. But yeah, Shoro they will know that this gank is coming.
Yep. He's aware, and also to be honest, Shorty. No, I think it's Shorty. I'm sure if you say it with a German accent, it probably sounds more like natural.
Yeah. Say.
I'm good, thank you.
Say.
No,
Come on, say it.
No, thank you. I'm alright. Thanks, appreciate it. Okay. Well, do you want to say it? Do you want to go?
I don't speak German.
Me neither. I'm actually learning Japanese on Duolingo, so I don't want to throw myself off my practice. I was gonna say, making plays onto the Renekton probably not the most advised maneuver. I feel like he's sort of in a position to go for the 1 versus 2. He's so strong. I want to take a look at the gold lead, Mikus. Maybe you can analyze this one further and what this means for the current state of the game.
Yeah, beautiful early game so far by UBTenacity. They have had so many good plays, but I have to say the gold lead has been stuck lately. I think Snek has been winning the last few minutes, actually, if we take those in vacuum. So yeah, UBTenacity definitely in a position to take this game. They have a lot of engaged tools. They have very good meta champions. The gold is on the right champions as well. But I have to say, Snek kind of entering their comfort zone. They are not that far ahead. 3,000 gold. Of course, they usually prefer to be like down 1,000 gold or even. That being said, 3,000 gold is nothing that Snek will feel like nothing too uncomfortable for them. So we'll see what they do.
Yeah, I think the interest. Oh, I'm gonna have to stop myself here. As Moppo finds a catch into Cybertop, he would just jump away. But I think the biggest thing here is, despite the gold deficit, there are leads onto Cupcake and Sushi Killer. Those are the 2 carries of this team composition, so they're not completely down and out. And just how crazy is that? Varus is 4 kills to 0. Ash picked up 1 shutdown and is just ahead on gold. Riot, please change this. This is ridiculous. I can't believe that this is a thing that happens. But yeah, Cupcake getting that shutdown onto Moppo means that, you know, he is actually ahead of Oroxa as Solar Flare gonna get the slow onto the Varus, but that's just about it. And yeah, so it's not a disaster situation for Snek Pack.
Yeah, but I have to say, the Ash's engage abilities is not what they can. Oh,
Ictus getting caught out here, but it is a Rakan, very slippery unit, so we'll just get himself to safety.
Yeah.
Oh, continue.
I was about to say that yes, Cupcake is a great Ash player, and yes, he can find a lot of these engages and a lot of these punishes, but Ocon really needs to kind of focus up. Some of his engages have not been as good. We have seen him blow critical abilities.
These two. There's no vision on Shorty and Moppo, and it's just going to be the full engage, but it's just a 2 versus 5 for now. And this Renekton, he's going to get taken down here. He's been brought down to low HP. He will just survive for now. Zen has played onto him. This is a big shutdown if anyone can get it. Cybertop is going to be the one to finish them off. Shut down onto the Renekton, but look at the back line of Snek Pack. They are getting chased down by the carries of UBTenacity. Moppo blast cones himself to safety. Now it's a 3 versus 4. So actually no, it's a 4 versus 4. It was just a 1-for-1, but there's no jungler available for Snek Pack, which is massive for the objective. Another Varus ultimate bringing Cybertop down to low HP. I think the dragon was on the side of UBTenacity as he gets finished off. Moppo now starting to run through the Snek Pack members. He gets reset after reset, and the jungler of UBTenacity is getting absolutely massive in this team fight as he's going to pick up a multitude of kills. Double kill come in for the victor. But UBTenacity, just as you said, Snek Pack were bringing the game back. But after that one, I think UBTenacity now get their lead even further.
Yeah, it looked like such a good fight for Snek Pack, and oh boy, I'm not sure if you saw what happened. The captain, Ash, the Cupcake on the Ash, I think he clicked his ultimate into the minimap, ulting the other way around, just randomly shooting it in the mid lane. Not being able to follow up and instantly kill the hugely fed Renekton, I think that was the part that turned this team fight around. And yeah, just key things like that are the things, difference makers. And an unfortunate misstep there by the captain of Snek Pack. And that being said, it's still only a 5,000 gold lead. It's definitely a comebackable situation, but it's getting more and more difficult for the SLE season 4 regular season winners.
Yeah, a challenge indeed coming in for them, but Snek Pack, I think the most interesting thing is a lead this big for UBTenacity, and the fight is that close. So I think that speaks volumes about the strength of Snek Pack. And you know, I need to emphasize, Cybertop was the one who got the shot down onto the Renekton, and Cybertop before that fight, no offense, I don't know what he's done or contributed to this game. I'm just kidding.
Not a lot, yeah.
Yeah, not a lot. But he enters a team fight and he's just like, you know, suddenly useful. This is the power of the Snek Pack team and their players. As soon as they go into their 5v5, they just instantly all become a lot better. So for Snek Pack, if they keep playing together, they might find a way back into this game.
Absolutely, and we have seen UBTenacity multiple times getting caught just like this, and the ult is gonna hit.
Ictus.
There might not be enough follow-up or will there. Lots of ultimate being used, and Ictus actually escapes from it with a huge escape. So many tools used, and even Urgot's ult is being channeled. That's all 4 of the critical abilities here down. Will UBTenacity decide to go for the Baron?
Yeah, all 4 ultimates down now for Snek Pack as Ictus just, I don't know, jumped away. absorbing 4 ultimates. It's like when the Guardians of the Galaxy were fighting Thanos and he's just like, good try guys. He's going to be able to get himself to safety. With that, UBTenacity now feel a little bit more confident, and just as you said, they will go towards the Baron. We'll see if Snek Pack form any form of contest. They don't have their ultimates, and this is going to be massive. Leon ultimate is coming up here. Teleport already channeled by Shorty. Baron being brought down to below half HP. 6k is the number on the mark here. Cybertop late to this as well. So I feel like if UBTenacity feel confident, they can go for the team fight here. Yeah, Shorty is going to look for the engage, and Ziggs is so far away, as you said, and Shorty is just going to find a catch onto Cupcake. Priokon already wiped off the map. Reset come in from Moppo. That's another kill. Evo is going to be the one taken down. Cybertop now let to run. Sushi Killer was flanking on Ziggs.
Yep.
Tip, don't do that. Yeah, it didn't really do anything, and it will just be the Baron for UBTenacity.
Yeah, Ziggs is down there, and the ultimate is channeled by Ash, but not a lot is going to happen here. Of course, Sushi Killer can be the difference maker, can be the hero on steal with his ultimate, but it's going to be so difficult to do that.
Yeah, going to be difficult, as I believe Baron... Wait. Oh my god. Okay, actually, beautiful smite coming out from Moppo, because, you know, it does 1.2k damage, but if there's no smite contest, you can just wait for spells to come in. So well done to Moppo for having the cold ice in your veins to hold your smite there. But yeah, Baron secured now, a tough fight, and yeah, Mika, talk to me about that team fight, because it looks like Snek Pack, they're so good. They're so good at these team fights, but you know, Ziggs just flanking. I don't know what the rest of the team would do. But, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, to be fair, with the situation they were set up to be in, right? Without the critical massive ultimates, they approached the team fight quite well. They did not overstep. They baited the UBT team off of the Baron. They made sure they don't finish the Baron. But yeah, Ziggs just finding himself on the wrong side of the fight, and once UBTenacity saw that the AP carry for the side of Snek Pack is not together with the rest of the team, they can just run over them like that 5v4, and with the gold lead, no chance for Snek Pack to win that fight. And just like that, another mistake by Snek Pack and another fight.
This lands a two-man knockup to kick off this fight, and Cybertop is already going to get wiped off. And a beautiful play coming out from the support of UBTenacity, as he's going to land the quickness onto multiple members. 2 down for Snek Pack, and with Baron buff in their hands, Ictis another knockup onto Priokon. This Rakan is playing out of his mind as Moppo goes dominating. Super Mega Inferno Bomb isn't going to do anything, as the Rakan makes the play and forces the hand of Snek Pack. They are starting to push through the base.
They are going to finish the game right here, I believe. And during the champion select, we were wondering what this Rakan pick being on
First
B1
pick.
Oh,
well, okay, 4-man Cataclysm, but you are stuck in here with me, says Shorty, as the Renekton will finish off the kill. Moppo gonna get taken down, shut down in the hands of Cupcake. We'll see what the top 80 carry can do, but look at this Renekton. Interior Crocodile Alligator is the man that's gonna finish off that team fight. Pryokon's gonna spawn just to watch his Nexus explodes. UBTenacity in a very dominant fashion takes off Snek Pack.